for it. Tail of the tape now between Arturo Gatti and Angel Manfredy, and you can see the 2-year age advantage for Manfredy, 2-inch height advantage for Gatti. They weighed in at 135 pounds, and Gatti insisted on the fight being made at 135 instead of his previous weight at 130. Now, when he weighed 130 before the Gabriel Uelos fight, he came into the ring at 146. Tonight, after weighing in at 135, he again comes into the ring at 146. Manfredy, as you see, will be giving up 4 pounds of real weight in the ring. Angel, however, has the 3-inch reach advantage, and that could be significant if, in fact, he's able to make it a boxing match. Punch stat numbers, Larry.
These are the numbers that both fighters amassed against Wilson Rodriguez. You can see that despite his both eyes being shut, Gatti threw more punches against Rodriguez, both throwing about the same degree of accuracy. But here are the numbers of the punches that Rodriguez landed against them, and there is a clear edge for Manfredy, who held them to half of the number of punches that Gatti did.
Rules of the bout with Harold Letterman, who weighs the same today as he did yesterday.
The Arturo Gatti Angel Manfredy fight is scheduled for 12 rounds, non-title. There is no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. Only the referee can stop the fight, and you cannot be saved by the bell in any round, including the 12th and final round. Jim.
All right, Harold. Devil or Angel? Which one will he be?
Now, Jim, wasn't there a rock song in the long ago called "I'm a Devil, I'm an Angel"?
Oh, something like that. Yeah.
You know, some people say this is too much like wrestling. I have no problem whatsoever with this kind of an act any more than I did with Prince Ahmed, George, because the difference between this and wrestling is only this is staged, the fights are real.
Well, isn't wrestling real also? Sometimes I believe those guys are real.
Well, it's real fake, George.
Oh.
People who watch wrestling want to be sure of the outcome. We're never sure of the outcome.
George is such a romantic, isn't he? Manfredy walking at a pace that would seem to indicate that he saw the Prince Nassim entrance last month at Madison Square Garden. Maybe Angel will invest in some confetti and a ramp for his future appearances.
Yeah, well, the Prince proved that you can dance, but you can't hide.
And the music runs out before El Diablo makes it into the ring. We take a look at Manfredy's record. He lost his very first fight when he was severely overmatched against a 10-round fighter with a ton of experience. Since then, he's 22-1-1 with 18 KOs, 7 of them in the first round. He has said, I'm going to go to war tonight against Arturo Gatti. I've already given him everything he wants, his weight, his date, his style of fight. I'll do everything to make it easy for him.
One of the first things we noticed about Gatti coming in at 135 instead of 130 was that he just looked better. The bones weren't protruding through his face, so presumably he won't be as susceptible to cuts.
And unlike Angel Manfredy and the aforementioned Prince Nassim Hamed, with Gatti, the show is the fight. He is a throwback. As you've often said, Larry, this guy reminds you of the kinds of people who fought and the kinds of fights that we saw back in the 1930s.
You know, one of the interesting things, Jim, is that I find that trainers, other trainers who are the purists of boxing, absolutely love Gatti. Emanuel Stewart has been quoted as saying that Gatti's victory over Wilson Rodriguez is the best fight he ever saw.
I know a lot of fans who feel exactly the same way. There's the record. Since the loss to King Solomon, he has been totally unblemished. King Solomon was a cutie who defeated Gatti with a boxing style. 19 of his 24 KOs within 2 rounds. The other 5 are the stuff of legend. And now let's go to Michael Buffer for the official intros.
Ladies and gentlemen, by way of Bally's Park Place, Atlantic City, main events, along with Phelps Boxing and your undisputed, undefeated king of beers, Budweiser. This Bud's for you, present the featured bout of the evening. Sanctioned by the New Jersey State Athletic Control Board, Boxing Commissioner Larry Hazard Sr., Chairman Jerry Gormley, Board members Gary Shaw and Stephen Katz, Deputy Commissioner John Greco, physicians in attendance at ringside, Dr. Dominic Coletta Jr., Dr. Ken Remsen, Dr. Howard Taylor, and Dr. Richard Snepar. The timekeeper at the bell is Lindsey Tucker. Counting for the knockdowns, alternate referee Brian O'Melia. The 3 judges scoring this bout on a 10-point must system will be Henry Grant, Joseph Pasquale, and Alan Rubenstein. And when the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, Wayne Hedgepeth. And now the moment we've been waiting for. 12 rounds of boxing as 2 world title holders move from 130 pounds to the lightweight division. So for the thousands in attendance here at Bally's Park Place, Atlantic City, and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white with red and weighing 135 pounds. His professional record, 22 victories with 18 knockouts. He has 2 defeats with 1 draw. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the pride of Indiana, the reigning WBU Junior Lightweight Champion of the World, Angel El Diablo Manfredy. And across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white, trimmed with blue, and also weighing 135 pounds. His professional record, 29 victories, 24 by knockout with only 1 defeat. From Jersey City, New Jersey, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the reigning IBF Junior Lightweight Champion of the World, Arturo Thunder Gatti.
Angel. Good evening, gentlemen. You're both professionals. Remember that. Obey my commands at all times and protect yourself at all times. Let's have a good, clean bout. All right, baby.
For boxing fans, this is the first big fight of '98. Happy New Year. And let's keep in mind, gentlemen, that Gatti did fight two hard-fought boxing victories over Tracy Patterson.
One dark cloud on the horizon for Manfredy. Although he denies it, sources in his training camp indicate that he suffered a rib injury in training 3.5 weeks ago. It is awfully difficult to come back from a significant rib injury and be 100% in a fight. Rib injury supposedly was on the left side of his rib cage again. Angel says, no, that's not true. Various other sources indicate, without wanting to be named, that he did get a bad bruise on the rib cage. Crowd settles into relatively hushed anticipation of the fireworks that are expected in this one. Gatti working behind the jab, so is Angel as the first round develops.
That was a good heavy right hand by Gatti.
Absolutely right. Left hook to the body by Manfredy. Chopping right over the top by Manfredy, grazed the front of Gatti's face. Gatti a little bit less active now than he was in the first minute of the fight. Now Arturo goes back to working behind the jab. One solid right hand already landed by Gatti. His trainer Hector Rocha says everybody knows about his left hook. I'm working to make his right hand better every day.
Manfredy is the better boxer. If he spent the first 3 rounds missing and getting the rhythm to his punches, he can do a lot better than trying to mix it up too quick.
Brady lands punches from all angles. He's very sharp and very quick. You saw the low blow by Angel Manfredy and the brief warning from Wayne Hedgebeth to keep it up.
The mistake you can make with Gatti is you start bobbing and weaving. He'll have you doing that all night without landing a punch. So Manfredy should, after he make him miss, hit him back.
2 good body shots and a left upstairs by Gatti. Angel Manfredy misses with a wild swinging left. Very tight, compact first round by Gatti, who's managed to do some damage. Manfredy's been landing as well. Straight right hand by Manfredy. Watch the eyes of both fighters. Manfredy landing a solid right hand again.
And there's a cut already over the left eye of Gatti. It could be dangerous.
Well, of
Keep
course.
it clean, keep it clean.
Yep, the blood is starting to flow from above the left eye as Arturo Gatti goes back to his corner, already cut in the bout.
It's all right. It's fine.
Come on, baby. Come on. One of the best cut men in the business, going to work.
Don't lock yourself. You try to keep your chin on, you're locking yourself.
Okay.
You understand what I say?
All right.
You try to keep that chin low, you want to lock yourself. Don't move. You start good, no, you start getting locked. Okay, don't lock yourself, huh? Tell loose. Okay?
Okay.
It's nothing, that's in the top only. You got Vaseline, Joe?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, don't lock yourself, huh? Come on, you want
A
to be
quick
the man.
right by Manfredy. Open the cut. Gatti has been vulnerable to that punch in the past. Tracy Patterson almost won their first match with that kind of a punch. A lead, quick right hand.
And what Manfredy has to do now is don't pay any attention to the cut. Keep your mind and your eye on the fight. Cut doesn't mean anything to Gatti.
And you saw the thunderous left hook by Gatti that temporarily knocked Manfredy off balance, but Manfredy, when he gets back into his stance, lands consistently. In round 1, Gatti threw 76 punches, landed 28. Manfredy 22 out of 57.
Keep him up.
Both fighters landing as as they stand in the center of the ring and trade shots. Gatti threw 55 jabs in the first round. He's still working behind the jab. If he gets in any more trouble, you will see him go to power shots.
I can tell you, Manfredy likes the way this fight is going. It's a boxing match. Believe me, he can get the best of Gatti. Keep it a boxing match, Manfredy, and make it a brawl for Gatti.
Manfredy lands another flush right hand. Gatti with a habit of dropping the left, and Angel is taking advantage of it big time in these first 2 rounds.
I think so, but he's also paying too much attention to that, to the left eye of Gatti. Go back to the body, get some of the juice taken out of that bubble first.
Angel Manfredy so focused before the fight. One of those cases where it was hard to tell. Is he too far in a zone of his own, or is he properly positioned? First 2 rounds looking good for Angel. Gatti continuing to box, working the left jab. He's only landed a couple of those thunder left hooks that are his trademark. Manfredy continues to land right hand leads across the top. Now they start to swing away.
Gatti is well schooled. You see Manfredy bob and weave and get low. Gatti gets low also with him.
Left hand body shot by Manfredy. Follows with a left and a right combination. Angel Manfredy has it going his way.
Now this can be a mistake for Angel Manfredy. Stay with your boxing. Everything came about by way of one shot here and there. Don't try for a finish too quick.
Gatti just missing with a right hand shot. Manfredy able to duck and slip most of Gatti's heavy power shots early. Angel is by far the more elusive of the 2. Good body work by Gatti. And his own straight right hand lands. But the blood continues to flow from above the left eye of Arturo Gatti as round 2 comes to a close.
Arturo, listen, we have to finish with that left hook. You understand? You're not doing your in out. You're right front of the guy waiting.
Go ahead. Arturo, can you see okay?
Yeah. You understand what I said, Arturo? You don't got no move. You're right front of the guy.
You're forgetting what we worked on, the 1-2. That's what you caught him with. I want that more. Right off the jab. If you could hit him with 2 jabs, you could hit him with a right hand. Okay? And come back with the hook.
After everyone was
come back with the hook.
You're waiting too long. You're waiting too long. Don't wait on it. You throw it off first. Okay?
And I want more lateral movement. More lateral movement after your punches.
You're standing there, baby. Don't stand there.
Manfredy comes to Gatti and seems to believe that he has the quicker hands and is beating Gatti to the punch more often than not.
Manfredy with much to be confident about now. In the second round, Angel Manfredy threw 37 power punches and landed 24 of them, a 65% connect rate.
The perils of Arturo continue.
No question. Angel Manfredy's 2 co-trainers, John Taylor and Sam Colonna, not well known in the sport. They'll be much better known after tonight if their man can box Gatti out of the ring. And you saw the solid combination there by Manfredy. A right and then a left, landing flush.
What's so good about what Manfredy is doing, he lands a good shot and he steps out of range, which he'd better because Gatti intends to land one back.
Renell Whitaker seated at ringside, good buddy of Arturo Gatti, yelling at his man to use the jab more. But you heard Gatti's trainer, Hector Rocha, between rounds, asking his fighter to finish combinations with the left hook. And Gatti slaps his chin to say, come on, hit me in the jaw. Solid right hand again by Manfredy. Gatti misses with his right, but goes to the body with a combination. Manfredy with a left hook upstairs.
And the good thing about Gatti, he is going to the body. He gets hit hard on the head, but he goes right back to the body. That can make a difference if this fight goes beyond 7 or 8 rounds.
Solid jabs by Gatti. Manfredy slowing down his punch output. Gatti taking advantage, and he lands a left hook. Missed with the right hand. Wayne Hedgepeth tells Manfredy to keep him up. Second warning.
wouldn't have gotten up that quickly. Plenty of time to finish this, but frequently, as we've seen, Gatti is at his most dangerous right now.
Hard to imagine Gatti coming back from this. Manfredy pinpointing his punches as he tries to finish. Now Arturo starts to throw roundhouse shots. He's leaving some openings, but he's still dangerous.
Now, Manfredy makes a mistake. He starts the old crossover too soon for that. You let Gatti close in, he's going to stay in. Keep boxing. Forget about finishing him this round. Stay with your boxing.
Gatti gradually regaining his legs. Lands a solid right hand. And a left hook. Vintage Gatti as he comes back from trouble by providing trouble to the opponent. Left hook lands again. Gatti backing Manfredy up as the round comes to a close.
He's going to do it. I want them to go back here.
Okay. Arturo, don't drop your hand. When I said don't go so wild.
I'm not worried about the time. Arturo talking, all right? Feel good? All right, good.
With the right hand. I want the shots up the middle. You're forgetting that what we worked on. I want the shots up the middle. Okay? I want the downstairs. Listen, you want this guy out? Get the shot up the middle. He's going to go.
Manfredy is fighting under control for the most part. He has quicker hands very often. You see the left hook right flush on the jaw and nose.
Gatti has been cut and he has been knocked down. Angel Manfredy has established himself early and is fighting his fight. You heard his trainer saying, go back to throwing shots up the middle, quick winging them to the side. Gatti eager to get at his man as he tries to come back.
Gatti going right back to the body of Manfredy. That's very important at this point.
Harold Letterman, how'd you score the first 3 rounds?
Wow, Jim, 29-27, 2 rounds to 1. Angel Manfredy. I still gave him a 10-8 round in the third. I thought Gatti won the first, but I'm really impressed by that lead right hand of Angel Manfredy and that left hook of Angel Manfredy. 2-1, Manfredy.
Arturo Gatti remembering to go to the body and now pounding away at Manfredy's ribcage with vicious shots, rights and lefts, and staying almost exclusively downstairs. And now Manfredy drops his hands. And Gatti is making his presence felt with these body punches, George.
This guy's well trained. Manfredy has never had a body attack of this sort. A guy's taller, he's able to reach in and get something to the side every couple of rounds.
Gatti just missing with the kind of left hook that floored Gabriel Ellis.
Now Manfredy is allowing Gatti to get even closer. This you don't want, but it's because of the effectiveness of those body punches.
Big round so far for Gatti. Now Manfredy remembers the instruction to come up the middle and lands a straight left and a straight right. Arturo a little bit punched out right now. Not as much zip in the punches. 1 minute to go in the round.
But because of those effective body punches, if he's able to get a knockdown, Manfredy is not getting up.
Watch your elbows.
Manfredy lands the straight right, but backs up. Manfredy not nearly as aggressive now as he was before the body assault by Gatti. Another left hook lands for Manfredy. Not as much sting. Gatti still coming forward, starting to feel it.
You know, a boxer's greatest fear in those dressing rooms, I don't want to be hurt. Gatti, he has not got that kind of fear.
Well, he knows he's going to be hurt.
He anticipates getting hurt.
He's a high-risk fighter who takes chances, pays for them, and then comes back and redeems the account.
All right, keep it clean.
Hard left hook by Gatti. Goes back to the jab.
That's what you want to do to a boxer. Make him miss, take his confidence away. And that's what Gatti just did.
A big round for Arturo Gatti after had been decked and almost knocked out in the third.
The drama king is at it again.
Well, let's take a look back and see how it's happened in the past. We've been talking about this, but just to remind you, Gatti against Wilson Rodriguez, March 23, 1996. Rodriguez decking him in the second round after closing both eyes in the first round. Then in the sixth round, that left hook, goodbye Rodriguez. Gatti against Gabe Ruelas, October 4 of last year. Ruelas almost putting Gatti away in the fourth round, coming back and punishing him in the fifth. But then that Gatti left hook put an end to that one. It's the same kind of finish that Arturo will be looking for as he tries to come from behind against Angel Manfredy here.
He's ready. Keep working that body, but bring your hand back. Okay? Second take.
Left wall,
Stay in the corner.
Hey, do your full punches.
Stay in the corner.
In round 4, Arturo Gatti threw 95 punches and landed 50 of them. Many, many to the supposedly damaged rib cage of Angel Manfredy.
Now Manfredy, all he has to do is play wise and just box. Go with the flow. Don't try to charge this guy. Let Gatti keep coming, jab him, go to the body occasionally. Let the fight develop. Don't take it to Gatti, let it develop.
Gatti going back to the body and then upstairs. Manfredy coming up the middle as his trainers have told him to do. Manfredy back to looking more assertive as round 5 begins.
Keep him up, Angel.
Gatti starting to land more solidly, seemingly aware that the body punches do the damage for him. Manfredy continues to land quick shots upstairs. Not as many in combination as was the case earlier.
Oh, but those body punches.
Hard shots by both fighters.
Watch your head.
Low blow by Gatti. Edgebeth warns him. No point deductions on either side so far. Souza, the cut man, has done a sensational job of keeping Gatti from further damage above the left eye. Short right hand landed flush for Manfredy.
It seemed like it hurt Manfredy's right hand more than it did Gatti's head.
Another good round for Manfredy now as he plays target practice on Gatti's chin. Gatti coming back with power shots.
Manfredy has taken all of the power off his punches now and going for accuracy and on the button shots.
And I know you like that. You like that.
I like that. Power comes.
Crowd chanting Gatti, Gatti, Gatti.
I don't like the fact that Manfredy is standing that close to Gatti. It allows him to get a little courage where he doesn't need courage.
Not using his feet.
No, you got to use your footwork. Hit 2 and 3 and move out of the way.
Gatti just missing with that left hook. Landed one beforehand. Blood starting to flow again from above the left eye. Arturo seems oblivious to it. Lands a combination. Hard uppercut. Backing Manfredy up.
Manfredy has some chin, Jim.
He sure does.
Looks like his father gave him that chin from the steel mills of Gary.
The thing about having a chin, you never get in the ring with guys like this but once in a lifetime.
Okay, baby. No worries.
Okay?
Come on, I gotta work. I gotta work,
Nice,
son.
nice, looking good.
I gotta work.
Okay? Use me my jab. Use me my jab. No distance. Give him a little distance. Don't step too close to him.
Up the middle.
Take deep breath. Take deep breath.
You're not coming up the middle enough, okay? Take your time, stay loose.
Yes.
Don't get tight.
Yes.
Okay, stay loose.
Yes.
Keep that jab moving inside. When you're inside short, keep him off you with the jab when he's coming in. Understand? Give me a ring. Give me some water for his mouth.
When we say HBO, that's 30 seconds. If we holler, HBO.
Close of the round. Gatti's still strong.
Stay in your corner.
Stay in your corner, Arturo.
Big combination. If he hadn't won the round by then, that won it for him.
What a round. Did you see the punch stat numbers? Gatti 51 out of 106. Manfredy 44 out of 95. Together they landed 95 punches in the round. That was blistering action.
Now, Manfredy should go right back to getting in the accuracy because Gatti has a defense for big power punches, but he does not have a defense for the small shot. Accurate shot. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Gatti trying to decoy Manfredy, looking downstairs and throwing the left hook upstairs. Manfredy well in control of the situation when he keeps his feet, stays in a boxing stance. Gatti able to come through him, lands a big left hook, but no apparent damage to Angel. The body shot seemed to hurt Angel more. Hard left hand to the body by Manfredy. Suddenly Gatti stops throwing. Another left hook for Thunder. Angel with a combination.
Watch your heads. Watch your heads, fellas.
It's scheduled for 12 rounds. It is impossible to imagine both fighters making it the distance at this pace.
If Manfredy is able to move off with his jab now and throw some of those shots, he'll be a little more better off for it.
Well, you saw him land that left hook to the body, left uppercut combination. He came back and tried it again. Angel Manfredy, as we told you at the beginning, lands shots from all angles, and he's proven it here tonight. Gatti with another thunderous left hook, backs up Manfredy again.
Manfredy goes forward with the shorter punches.
Oh, Manfredy has some chin, as Larry Merchant pointed out.
All right, break. All right, keep it clean in there.
Now Manfredy is doing the job of the matador. He stays close and goes in with shorter punches. Staying closer to the bull.
Gatti leaping through his left hook that time, but not as many body punches as he was able to land in rounds 4 and 5. And halfway through, this bout is everything it was cracked up to be and more.
Which amazes me, Jim.
How could this bout outlive its hype? But it's doing it.
Okay, Arturo, in this round we have to try, okay? Keep your hand high, get close, and put me some punch. Come on. Come on, Papa, you good?
Yeah,
Okay, let's do it. Come on. Let's stand the body. With both hands.
All right, work the other hand. That's all. Just work it. You understand? Yeah. Work it. Nothing. You don't know this, bro. Okay? I want you to work underneath and over. Both. Not just the hand.
Early in the round,
Second down.
left hook by Gatti.
Stay there.
Manfredy just walks through it. The advice in the corner of Gatti was, now step it up. Can he step it up?
Well, he's got to do something. Manfredy landed 52 of 81 punches in round 6. A connect percentage of 64%. 40 of them were power shots. Gatti just can't win if Manfredy's going to be allowed to connect at that rate.
Manfredy, whenever he turns this into a boxing match, it gets easier and easier for him. Gatti, when he turns into a fight, takes over.
How tough is it to win a war of wills when you got a big cut over your left eye the way Arturo does, though, George?
It just doesn't seem to bother Arturo Gatti.
Well, it bothered him there. You saw him squinting, and now he can't see through the left eye. Arturo's taking advantage just to land. And Gatti backs him off with a left hook.
Yeah, you want, when you're trying to finish a guy like Gatti, you don't want to be close to him. You want to do it in a boxer style. Left jab, right hand hook, and back out of the way. Because his instincts are to throw another shot.
Hard right hand shot by Manfredy stuns Gatti, and Gatti can't see the right hand coming with the blood flowing over his eye.
When he's got two eyes, he had trouble with the right hand. Now he has about an eye and a half. I don't know how he can survive this fight or even this round.
And Manfredy is doing an excellent job of watching things.
And here comes Arturo. Just when you count him out, he lands a shot like that. And tries to follow it up with more. What guts.
Gatti is trying to recapture his win a little bit, pace himself a bit, but you just can't do that with a fighter like Gatti.
Gatti loading up a right hand and landing it, but no apparent effect on Manfredy. One of the big stories of the bout so far, Manfredy's ability to take and weather Gatti's thunderous power shots.
I think that is the story of the fight, Tim. The fact that Gatti has not been able to get Manfredy in trouble yet, even though he has landed some very good shots.
And Manfredy is doing a good job with his footwork. Left sometimes, right sometimes. Moves.
Very few fighters would have survived some of Gatti's best shots.
In case you joined us late, Angel Manfredy opened up a large cut over the left eye of Arturo Gatti in the second round, floored him with a great left hook in the third round, and since then, they have gone at it toe-to-toe.
Look at me.
Never look, Joe.
Arturo Gatti against Tracy Harris Patterson, December of '95, looked pretty bad, made it through to a decision victory.
Is your vision okay out there?
That's the way he looked after the fight against Wilson Rodriguez.
You hear the doctor saying that the cut is worse than it was. He's examining it closely.
Come on, you're not letting me work, son.
Speak of works, I would say if he's defending himself and throwing punches, that's up to you. I know what I mean? I mean, it looks like he's still in the fight.
You heard the doctor tell the referee you can keep it going as long as he can defend himself and keep throwing punches.
I'll give you that. Okay.
But what do you need a doctor for?
Well, only the referee can stop the fight, George. He's there to instruct the referee.
All right, keep it clean, both of y'all. Whatever you do.
The cut man in Gatti's corner has done an amazing job already of keeping him going this long.
Joe Souza, one of the best. Harold Letterman, how do you have it through 7?
Jim, I got it all even. I got it 4 rounds to 3 Arturo Gatti, but in points, 66-66. I've got it all even. Manfredy gets an extra point for that knockdown in round 3, and that's why it's even though Gatti's ahead on his, in rounds. But I'll tell you, this is anybody's fight as long as Gatti can hang in with the cut. Incidentally, the referee will always take the advice of the doctor. If the doctor says stop it, the referee's going to stop it.
Thank you. I don't know why the doctor would even talk to the referee about it. Just stop it or not.
All right, come out of the clean.
Would you stop it, George, or would you let Arturo Gatti continue?
Well, he's got a left eye. He's gonna need a lot longer than a win in a boxing match. So then, if you're a doctor, you want to be in charge of those things.
Well, he's looking at a lot of stitches and a lot of damage right now. But
then again, you're looking at a fighter who's pulled him out like that before.
Absolutely right. He's won fights in worse condition than this.
But then he's in with a boxer who's taking advantage of that eye also. So,
yeah, and he's still the aggressor, George.
Yeah, he's the aggressor like a bull after the matador and all the people that stuck the thing in his shoulder.
Yeah, you're right, but you can't stop the fight if he's continuing to fight and be the aggressor.
Manfredy just trying to land with his punches. Gatti trying to knock Manfredy out. That's what he's got to do.
Now you see a bullfighter, they like to see the charging bull once they start sticking with those things.
Wait, keep it clean.
Left hook by Gatti was partially blocked by Manfredy. Straight right hand also partially blocked. Manfredy just poking and trying to land and remaining elusive defensively to keep Gatti from being able to nail him with one giant shot.
And he's moving and sticking with his jab occasionally. Just doesn't leave much room for an upset knockout.
Manfredy, who at some times during the fight wasn't using his feet well, is using his feet very well in the 8th.
Yeah, and he's looking at that eye. He knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, but he's not fighting at the same pace as he was earlier. He's moving away. Gatti could steal these rounds, and if he doesn't win a couple of rounds, we have to remember Gatti is fighting basically in his hometown.
Larry, that eye is too bad. They shouldn't let it go on. Blood is starting to come
see
out.
the doctor one more time.
Like a faucet.
Seconds remaining in the round.
Your corner's throwing the ring. He's tossing the towel in. Stop it.
That'll do it. Angel Manfredy has what he wanted. Co-trainers Sam Colonna, John Taylor, effectively managing Angel Manfredy to a stirring victory over Arturo Gatti.
Yeah, that eye, the blood was starting to pour like a faucet. You don't want to try to, in this day and age, you see that in a boxing ring. Not at all.
And now they are both big stars. There's the cut that prompted the New Jersey Athletic Commission ring doctor who advised the referee to stop it at the same time that Gatti's corner was apparently throwing in the towel.
I think Manfredy did an excellent job of boxing. Never started to fight.
I knew I could beat Gatti.
He kept his head.
Kept his head.
Use the bet money against me. All I can say is, God bless you.
Thank you, Angel. Well, we should get a chance to talk to both fighters. Larry Merchant's already up in the ring. Promoter Cedric Kushner coming over to ask Arturo Gatti if he's okay, and Joe Souza going back to work to try to do what he can to apply a little therapeutic aid. Gatti will be making his customary trip to the hospital after the official decision is announced. Let's go to Michael Buffer right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Wayne Hedgepeth, acting on the advice of ringside physician Dr. Dominic Coletta Jr., had to call a halt to the bout because of a very severe laceration over the left eye. The official time, it comes at the end of round 8. The winner by TKO victory, Angel El Diablo Manfredy.
And on the 3 official scorecards, at the time the fight was stopped, Manfredy led on 2 cards by margins of 2 and 3 points. 1 card had it even, so it was still within reach for Arturo Gatti, but Manfredy was working his way toward a likely decision in the fight, as well as doing the damage that produced the cut. And before we go into the ring to hear from the fighters, let's quickly take a look back at the highlights of what happened in the fight. I mentioned the early cut against Gatti. It was actually in round 1 when that right hand landed and caused the cut over Gatti's eye. In round 2, the blood began to flow, and Manfredy took advantage to land combinations like that left and right. Then in round 3, this terrific left hook put Gatti down, and it looked as though it could be an early knockout victory for Manfredy. But Gatti came back in the 4th and the 5th, dominated those rounds, landing combinations, and then tried to put Manfredy away with his trademark thunderous left hooks. But Manfredy showed his great chin through those rounds and managed to stay on his feet. Then by the 7th round, he began to land combinations again, and by the 8th, that's the way Arturo Gatti looked, and that's why the fight was stopped in favor of Angel Manfredy. And let's go to Larry Merchant in the ring.